Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, or welcome to my YouTube channel. I am the real Cass Perry, and I have a treat for y'all today. So, I logged onto Reddit for the first time in about a week, and the first thing that popped up was r-asakcanadians. And the question that popped up was, what are things to keep in mind in Canada but no one tells you? Hello, I would like to know the unspoken manners and other cultural stuff that should be followed when visiting Canada, etc. Topics to avoid in conversation, traditions, rules everyone should follow. List as many as possible. Thank you. And it is exactly what I was expecting. Yes, I am filming on my new phone and reading from my old smashed up one that I can't type on. So let's get into it. So, the first one that popped up is personal space all the time. And if both parties are going for the same bag of chips, the better thing to do is yield and say, go ahead. The next one says, and then get into a friendly argument of, no, you go ahead. No, truly, it's okay, you go ahead. Rinse and repeat. A classic Canadian standoff. Canadian stop signed intersections. My dad was missing for 10 years. He was at a four-way stop. Oh God, worked retail for years. I used to have to break these up. My hand to God. They would be there for minutes while the line backed up. It was hilarious. Sometimes we are absolutely the stereotype. And you know what? The funny thing is, this is absolutely true. Do you know how many times that I have gone somewhere and just stood there for about 10 to 20 minutes, just like, oh no, it's okay, you go first. Oh no, you go first. No, it's all right, you go. It's okay. No, I swear, you go ahead of me. It's perfectly fine. Like, somebody's trying to, like, let me go ahead of them in line. And I'm just like, no, it's fine. It's perfectly okay. Well, and I am in a hurry typically. Like, most of the time I am in a hurry when this happens. And I literally waste time arguing about whether or not I want to go in front of somebody. I have quite literally wasted my entire work break from retail going to a different store to go buy my lunch and then arguing with somebody about the lineup, and then I have to put it down and leave and go back to work. So I've been a part of this. This is oh gosh. Oh, don't worry about Nessa barking. She's just trying to scare away the neighborhood deer because a bunch of dummies keep feeding them, and they are now tame. So they're not actually afraid. The deer around here are not afraid of anything anymore. You go walk up and pet those little buggers. Like, it's not even funny. I literally ran out to try to scare a bunch of them out of the garden the other day, and they just stood there. I was running, screaming with my arms pulled like out wide, trying to scare them out of my vegetable garden. So, and they're just like, no, I'm just gonna stand here and eat and chew. What do you think you're gonna do? What do you think you're gonna do about it, bitch? I'm gonna keep eating your veggies. Yeah, that was the deer. That was the deer. It's not that I don't like wildlife. Like, I enjoy having the wildlife around. I just don't enjoy them eating my vegetable patches and terrorizing my dog. And yeah, it's mostly the terrorizing my dog and eating my vegetable patches and eating my lily gardens. And yeah, I can't stand it. Stop feeding the deer. For the love of all that's holy. Do you hear that poor girl? She's just barking at the front yard like, no, go away. And they're not listening. They're used to it. Oh my gosh, is this all the same thread? Let's go see if we can find another comment, because holy. Okay. Don't treat the waiter, hotel reception people, or anyone else you encounter as if they weren't your absolute social equal. This never, ever treat the frontline staff and those at the bottom of the work ladder poorly. Unless they act like they have zero brain cells. Nessa, I'm gonna go bring the dog inside. Give me 2 seconds. I love her so much. She drives me insane in a good way. I have really bad ADHD, and her bark is so high pitched when she does that. I start having heart palpitations. I can't even get mad at her because she's literally just barking at the neighborhood deer like she's trying to keep them out of the yard. It's not. Oh. Okay. Let's get back to it. This. Never ever treat the okay. After visiting American friends, this was something that bothered me immensely. They were not rude or condescending, but there was a divide in their attitude and friendliness level to the wait staff. I couldn't pinpoint the difference, but this is it. Oh gosh. If you find a dropped mitten, half scarf, pick it up and put it in a mailbox, fire hydrant, newspaper box. You can tie a lost scarf around a pole. You know what? I have actually done this. Do you know how many times that I have been walking down the road and I've just randomly found somebody's set of mittens or their scarf or someone's hat or something. And I'm just like, oh, I'll pick this up so it doesn't continue getting soaked, and I'm just gonna stick it somewhere where it's gonna be easily seen and just, yeah. So whoever's baby dropped their little pink mittens on the way down Water Street while I was walking, right before I was walking to the mall during winter, I stuck them on the, what's it called? The little thingy that divides the parking lot from the road. I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head. The barricade? I think it's called a barricade. I don't fudging know, but you know what? I stuck it on there, and if you ever see this video, you're welcome. I sincerely hope that you got them and that nobody else picked them up and took them. It is so polite to not steal or leave it on the street. I need to note this. You know what? That's not being polite. That's just being a good person. So you're the reason for all the mittens on the fence posts, eh? I've actually seen that. I've seen that with sweaters and shoes and stuff too, and nobody ever picks them up, and I'm not sure if they were put there as some kind of a town decoration or what, but somebody did take the mittens that I put on the thing. Somebody did take the mittens that I put on the barricade, so I sincerely hope that it was the person who they belong to, and that you got your mittens, and that you seen them all sitting all nice in that little nook on the barricade thing, and that you were happy that somebody put them there. I hope your little mitten made it back home safe. That's the next comment. That goes exactly with, aw, that's so cute. All of mine are present and accounted for, but every once in a while I'll see a very weathered mitt on a post outside of a dog park or something. It makes me sad knowing it'll probably never find its home. Oh, you know what? I feel that way too. Every time I see something lost on the side of the road, I try to make it visible as much as I can, or I will immediately take it to any kind of an authority that has the ability to give it back to them, or make some kind of a social media post or something to let the public know that that something was found and they can find it there. Normally I'll take it to the mall security guard or something, just because, they're normally nice guys. I only stopped using idiot strings on mine in my 20s. Idiot strings. Does anybody know what idiot strings for your mittens are? Oh my gosh, I used to have idiot strings for my mittens. So idiot strings for your mittens are these things that go in through your coat sleeves. So it's this really long string thing that attaches to your mittens, and you put it inside of your jacket so that nobody can see your idiot strings, and because they're kind of useless if they're not inside of your coat, so that your mittens don't hang off of your sleeves. But basically what you do is you put your mittens on first, and then you put your arm into your sleeves and your hand like kind of comes out, and then the string's attached on the inside of your sleeve and your mitten's right there, right? And the string's like right in front of you. So then your jacket is now acting as a mitten holder. I just got way too excited about idiot strings. So when you pass someone at the grocery store and there's not much room, you have to say, I'm just gonna sneak right past you real quick. I do that. And don't forget to say sorry for getting a bit close. Oh, don't forget to say sorry if you're standing in front of somebody at all times. Just any time that you even think that you're reaching for the same thing, say, I'm sorry. Anytime that you think that you have gone past somebody on the sidewalk, oh, I'm sorry, but I didn't mean to get in your way. Oh, this is so Canadian. And you have to eat ketchup chips. If you don't like ketchup chips, you are not a Canadian. I'm sorry, but if you don't like ketchup chips, there's something wrong with you. You are not from Canada, or I don't know. But if you don't like ketchup chips and you have lived in Canada your whole life, there is something wrong, because everybody who I know loves ketchup chips. Ketchup chips are a staple of my entire childhood. And if someone hits you from behind with their cart, you must turn around and say sorry. No one thinks you are strange if you apologize to an inanimate object either. I was waiting in an airport to check in somewhere in Asia, and someone hits my ankle with the luggage cart, and I say sorry, and the two guys laugh, and with a Texas drawl, y'all must be from Canada. I love doing the Texas drawl. So when I was a really little kid, my uncle married a Texan woman, or I don't know if they ever actually got married or not. I know that they were engaged, but he was with this very strange Texan woman. And they had these two sweet little twin boys who are now all grown up, and I love them so much, and I miss one of them with all of my heart, and I wish that I could see him more often. So one of these little twin boys has this extremely thick Texan drawl, and we all thought that he was going to grow out of it when his mother left Canada and went back to the States when they were really little, but he never ever grew out of it, and he still has this just the thickest Texan accent that you have ever heard, and it is so cute. And have you ever just this adorable little Canadian blonde boy using all of this Canadian slang, just, hey y'all, how you doing today? I don't know why, it was just the most adorable thing when he was a little kid. Now it's a little bit odd just because he's in his teens, and he's in his late teens, and it's a little bit strange that he's still I don't know if he still runs around and acts like a kid. He's not. He's been in Halifax for quite a long time, but his brother's still here. Yeah, that's a real thing though. I'm visiting from the UK in a few months, and lots on this thread is making me think, oh, feel right at home. Aww, yeah, we would love to have you in Canada. We love new people. I don't even really understand it. We are the most welcoming humans on earth. Anybody who wants to move to Canada, we're all like, yeah, come on in. Don't forget to make that face where you hide your lips and almost nod. We don't do that. We don't do that. You can also say, I'm going to scooch on by. One of many traditions shared between America and the Midwest. Oh, I love it. Oh gosh. I have quite a bit of cake, so I often say, excuse my butt. And I find it hilarious that people often say, oh, that's quite all right, with a bit of chuckle. This happened at a party recently, and this 88-year-old woman kept commenting on my thick thighs for a couple hours afterward. She was such a flirt. That is such a thing, too. older ladies in Canada are such huge flirts, and they don't even know when they go too far. The best thing that you can do is always take it as a joke and just roll with it. 99% of the time they are joking. They just don't know that they've taken it too far. They've I don't know why old ladies in Canada, they be acting thirsty, but they're over there like, I don't need no man. Oh my gosh, they're so adorable. I miss my nan. That was literally my nan. She was always constantly cracking dirty jokes at everyone, and it didn't matter who you were. And as soon as somebody was just like, hey Nan, or hey Ree, when are you going on a date? And she'd just be sitting there like, I don't need no man. There's not a single thing that a man can do for me that I can't do for myself. And off she'd go and strut out to her kitchen and go get herself a coffee, because she was just a boss ass bitch that way. Go get her coffee, sit down, smoke her cigarettes, and watching Jerry. Oh gosh, Jerry Springer and Maury Povich, I grew up on that in my grandma's kitchen. I loved my grandma so much. I miss her so much every single day. Oh gosh. The wildlife can mess you up. The wildlife can mess you up. Respect the animals. Looking at your buses from Asia. What? Even the small ones, a squirrel is on nobody's list of dangerous animals, but it can still send you to the hospital. That is true. Oh my gosh. When I used to work at Timmy's, I used to be the person who would take the recycling out to the bin, like almost every time. I was always the one who had like the bags and boxes, and I'd take them out to the bin, and I would sneak cigarettes out there. Don't tell anybody, guys. I shouldn't have told you guys that. You're going to tell everybody. But I used to go out there and sneak cigarettes and put the recycling in the bin. So it was my job to take out the recycling, but I would sneak cigarettes, go back and wash my hands, make sure that I was all clean and ready to go back to work and handle food. You know, all of that good jazz. I was safe about it. But almost every time that I would go out to take the recycling to the bin, a squirrel would come out of the bin and run up my arm and run circles around my shoulders before it would jump off of me into the pine tree beside the recycling thing. And you know what? It would scare the absolute crap out of me and give me like severe heart palpitations on a regular basis. It wasn't even funny. I was just there like, ah! Do you know how loud that somebody has to scream for all of the employees inside of the Tim Hortons to be able to hear you from like 20 feet behind the Tim Hortons in the back of the parking lot through like 4 layers of brick walls? You have to be loud. I squawked. I went inside and everybody was just like, oh my gosh, what happened? Are you okay? And I'm sitting there like, no, I just got attacked by a squirrel, literally having a panic attack. I love squirrels. I don't love squirrels, but I love squirrels. They're so cute and adorable, and they're so cute and sweet to feed. Like, I like to feed them peanuts and stuff, but I don't like it when they jump on me. Yeah. This kind of stuff, always ask Canadians. And don't fuck with the geese. Don't fuck with the geese. I learned the hard way. Don't fuck with the geese. The most dangerous animal, well, bird, you know what I mean, that anyone will be likely to encounter in this country. Do not take this lightly. It is seriously not something you will want to get in the way of. Is the cobra chicken? Yes, the Canadian goose. We like to call them cobra chickens because they're so cute and sweet looking and adorable, and they're all running around and fluffing. But as soon as you get within 10 feet of that cobra chicken goes strike. It's gonna come and get you. They coming to get you. Stay away from the cobra chickens. Oh my gosh. I don't know. This has been drilled into my head so completely growing up in the Yukon. It broke my brain when I went to glowworm caves in Estra, New Zealand with my partner, and they were like, walk into the forest when it's fully dark out and turn off your headlamps, and when you get when you get to the worm areas. I couldn't comprehend not having anything to worry about in the forest at night. Oh, I've never been to the glowworm caves. That sounds cool. Now I want to go. This made my heart feel so warm. I moved here at 18 and no one truly told me all these things. I just saw what y'all did and replicate them. My mom always told me wherever you go, do what you see. Now I realize so many things I do. It's just from simply living here and learning from y'all. Thank you, Canadians. Y'all are amazing. Edit to add. Always remember to stay on the right side of the escalator if you aren't planning to walk up the stairs. Aw, she knows. That's so cute. And always make sure that you stay to one side of the staircase while you are walking up and down the stairs, unless the other person's on the other side of the staircase, and then you always go to the other side. And I don't know why, for some reason, it always turns into just people making an X figure walking up and down the stairs. Don't ask me. I don't freaking know. Everybody just be getting in everybody's way. Or it just leads to a full stop on the stairs and it's just like, oh no, I'm sorry, you go first. No, I'm sorry, you go first. I was trying to get out of your way. Well, I was trying to get out of your way. And then it's another 10 minutes. I'm sorry. I was trying to get out of your way. But yeah, that was our episode of R-Ask Canadians, because I don't know why, it just brought me so much joy. I love you guys. I will see you in the next episode. Bye-bye. Mwah.